Hey guys, it is Luke from RetroRevival here, and today I am going to be reviewing these custom LEGO Stranger Things figures. And I'm doing this at this time because recently Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11 in the show, announced that the filming for Season 4 will start very soon. And I cannot wait because I absolutely love Stranger Things. It is the best show on Netflix by far. And I have said I'll be doing more of these videos. Also, this show's sort of spooky, and as I've already said, the Halloween episode did pretty well. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the first figure. So guys, here's the first figure. This is Dustin Henderson, and I think this looks absolutely awesome. One of my favourite figures I've ever reviewed. It's absolutely amazing how much this actually looks like him. Of course, you've got the hat, blue, white and red. Some of the white isn't as white as you want it to be, but you know, it still looks pretty good. The hat blends into the hair, which is brown. This headpiece is perfect. And then talking about perfect, the face, which you can't really see because it's sort of shadowed, but the face is absolutely amazing. It looks exactly like him. Then you've got his torso, and he's got a t-shirt underneath. I don't really know what it says. And he's got a cool denim jacket on, and then he's also got these small bendable legs, which are on all of the kid figures. Then if you rotate him to the side, you can see there's no printing on the side, but he has got this cool walkie-talkie with like a compass piece added on the front. Turn him around, you can't really see it on the camera, but there's a little bit of printing on his back. And you can see the back of the hat where it has like a little clip at the back. And I'm going to say it once again, one of the coolest figures I've reviewed. So next up we have Will Byers, and Will is the kid who goes missing in the first season. And this is actually a pretty good figure. I have one main complaint about it, but the rest of it is just good news. My one complaint is the hair. This is sort of more like a bob, more than a bowl cut, which is what he has in the show. I mean, the colour is correct, but it's just not the right style. However, his face is absolutely fantastic. He looks absolutely terrified, and I don't know if you can see it, there's sort of like a shadow underneath his eye, and that's just to see how stressed he is. Then his torso is awesome. It's based on Marty McFly from Back to the Future. And I can now say that next month's LEGO video will be about Back to the Future. Anyway, yeah, the torso is perfect. It's got the yellow and the red. You can sort of see his shirt underneath. His accessory is a torch, and he's got the bendable legs, this time in blue. There's no side printing. However, there's a little bit of back printing where the jacket continues over to the back. Next up is 11, and this is probably the main character of the show. This one's super cool. This one's very detailed. We're going to start up at the top. Her hairpiece is actually a wig that she wears in the first season. I prefer to have her shaved head look, to be honest. Then we go down to her face. It's a pretty standard LEGO face. It's mainly just the torso that lets you know it's her. Her torso is spot on. It's got Nancy's dress and the jacket over the top. And I don't know if you can see it, but the actual dress itself is very detailed with a lot of little like lines. And the jacket's also detailed with like little pockets and zips and all of that sort of stuff. And she's got a cloth dress, pink of course. Underneath it, just plain white bendable legs. Move to the side, there's no side printing, but you do get to have a look at her accessory, which is an Eggo waffle. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of printing on the back, which is just creases of the jacket. Next up is Lucas Sinclair, and this figure looks pretty cool. The coolest part about this figure is actually the torso, but I'm going to start off with the hair. And this is of Lucas's bandana with his hair poking out of the top. His hair is smooth, which is a bit of a disappointment because he's got quite curly hair in the show. But it's cool that we've got the bandana look, because it's probably his most famous look. He's got a pretty concerned face, you can sort of tell who it is. His torso is awesome, really detailed with that classic jacket on, with a utility belt and a blue shirt underneath. It's got the little fluff as well on the collar of the jacket. He's got dark brown legs, and then he's got two different accessories. He's got this sort of torch thing and a really cool looking slingshot piece. There's no printing on the sides, but the jacket design carries on to the back, and you can also see the tip of the bandana. Next up is Mike. I'm going to start off with his hair. His hair is completely wrong. The face is just a pretty much generic face. The torso is cool though. It's got that cool jacket and striped shirt combo. He's got dark green bendable short legs. He's got two different accessories. He's got the classic walkie-talkie piece, and he's got a torch. There's no printing on the side, but there are some creases on the back of his jacket. Now next up is the main monster of the show. This is the Demogorgon. Now I think this is on par with the Dustin figure. This looks amazing. Of course, the most standout piece is the headpiece. That is an amazing sculpt with amazing printing, and you can tell exactly what it is just by looking at it. And of course, you can see all the teeth in its mouth. It's got a really detailed torso, where you can sort of see its, like, all of its wrinkles and markings. It's just awesome. The legs are really cool. You can't really see it from the front, but it's got like the, I'm going to call it the gremlin / goat legs. And he's even got claws in his hands. There's no side printing, but you get to see his legs a bit better, and the side of the amazing head sculpt. And if we turn to the back, you can see the back of the head sculpt and some of the printing on its back. And just something to add about this figure, just to make it even cooler, is if you take this head sculpt off, it has a printed head behind it with the mouth closed. But let's be honest, it looks way cooler with the head on. Next up is Joyce Byers. Now, Joyce is actually a really nice character in the show. She's one of my favourites. And this figure's actually pretty cool. She's got the Hermione Granger hair. In the show, her hair is a bit shorter, but I feel like in the later seasons it does get a bit longer. The face is just another generic face, which is a bit of a shame. The torso is awesome. It's another iconic outfit of hers, with the green jacket and the striped shirt underneath. And she's got dark brown legs. There's no side printing, but you can see her two different accessories. She has a torch and a drawing that Will has done of his Dungeons and Dragons character, Will the Wise. And just like the other figures, she has a bit of printing on the back, which are just creases in her jacket. Finally, we've got Jim Hopper. He's like the main action hero of the show. Any fight scenes, he's probably in them. And this figure's pretty basic. It just looks like a normal policeman. He's got the standard cowboy hat, which is a bit annoying because I'd really like a hat-hair combo piece, but I don't think there's been one. His face, which is a bit shadowed, is just a standard, like, bearded face, but it is one of the more close faces out of all of these. He's also got a white coffee mug, and his torso is the most detailed part of this. It's got a lot of pockets and a lot of creases, buttons. He's even got a belt at the bottom, and his collar at the top, and he's got tan legs. There's no printing on the side, but there is some on the back, where you can see the back of his collar, the back of his belt, and just the seam in where his shirt has been sewn together, and a few creases. Also, if you're interested, here's the Castle Byers set, which Lego made. It was really expensive because it was an exclusive. I didn't actually buy the set, I just bought all the individual figures for about £5 off the Lego shop. And yeah, it's completely spot on. The only difference is I think these leaves are a bit of a different colour, and there aren't any stickers. But who really cares? Because, you know, I'm not paying £100 for something that is literally worth £5. So yeah, I thought this would just fit perfectly as like a little bonus in this video. So guys, here are all the figures reviewed. As I've said, the two best are probably the Demogorgon and Dustin Henderson down in the front row. They look absolutely awesome, and they're probably some of the best figures I've ever reviewed. So guys, let me know in the comments below which one is your favourite. I want to know if you agree with me. If you disagree with me, just leave a comment. So guys, I've been Luke from RetroRevival. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye.